as I understand it, is concerned. We will continue studying the situation closely. There will be more statements that we'll issue as the situation evolves. But we will never lose sight of the fact that on the whole, what we want is justice and peace for everyone. We are not taking a one-sided view. If you say that the BJP ministers are accusing us of taking a one-sided view, many on the other side are saying that the Indian government has taken a one-sided view by only condemning the attack on Israel and standing in solidarity with Israel, but forgetting some of Israel's misdeeds in the occupied territories. So we are saying we will not forget anything. We will keep the big picture in mind. And as a country that has responsibly stewarded India's foreign policy for more than 6 decades, we have some sense of what is the right thing to do to take into account the wishes of all our people. We are a country which is itself diverse, it is plural, there are many views within our country, and any of us who are on WhatsApp or whatever are getting these multiple views. It is not as if it's a black and white situation. There are enough Israelis who are writing that there is a certain level of responsibility on their government side to solve the fundamental problem. And there are many Indians who feel very passionately that the principal injustice over the last 75 years has been done to the Palestinians who were displaced from their lands by the creation of Israel. Never forget that 1948, the United Nations resolution created 2 states. Only one state exists, Israel. The Palestinian state has never really come into being. Yes, we now recognize the Palestinian Authority as a sort of state, but it's a state without full control of its territory, with no army, no control of its borders, no full sovereignty in the sense that the Israelis enjoy. And I think we should really have to work to that ultimate solution.
The last question is to you about regarding the decision taken in this Congress Working Committee about the caste-based census. So, is it a what we call it in our journalistic language, a master stroke of the opposition before 2024 elections, which is going to have a direct impact over the larger population of our country, and is it a counter against the polarization of Hindu votes?
Correct. I think that, I won't use a word like masterstroke, because that's been misused too much by people praising the BJP Prime Minister, people in the BJP praising their own Prime Minister. So no masterstroke on our side. All we are thinking of is what is the need in terms of justice in our country for people. Rahul Gandhi pointed out famously in Parliament that of the 90 secretaries to the government of India, only 3 are OBCs. Why is that so? I mean, these are real questions that the government has to answer and has no answer for. Instead, they're attempting a polarization narrative, which is itself damaging for our social harmony. Communal relations in our country had been in a rather good place until this whole narrative attacking the Muslim community for misdeeds of emperors 300 years ago, 400 years ago, for which now our Muslims are being made to pay a price, attack on them for their way of living, for their food habits, for everything else. And on top of that, we are seeing a situation where, as you were pointing out, political weaponization of religion for polarization purposes has become a feature of the BJP's politics. So that's not healthy. And I think it's not a bad idea to remind people that there are other ways of looking at our society, not just in terms of one big religious cleavage between Hindus and others, which frankly has never been the Congress view of the country, but rather to look at it as a snapshot of also economic and social deprivation and discrimination suffered by large numbers of our people. And therefore, if we can do a proper census, which would involve social and economic factors as well, not only find out which castes people belong to, but what they're earning, what opportunities they have, we will find that there may well be a significant correlation between marginalization and caste. There may be a significant correlation between opportunities and economic prosperity on the one hand and caste background on the other, in which case we need affirmative action programs. So we are looking at this saying, at a time when even Mr. Modi likes to boast about giving benefits to certain castes, let us know the exact numbers. Otherwise, if you can just invent your own numbers and give benefits as you wish, that's not particularly just, and justice is the name of the game.